President addresses the 13th Parliament amid boycott. Parliamentary democracy begins journey, Prime Minister. And road crash leaves 13 dead in Rampal. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Riti Prova with English Bulletin. President Mohammad Shahabuddin has addressed the inaugural session of Parliament amid an unprecedented walkout of the main opposition. Main opposition Jamaat-e-Islami and NCP lawmakers staged demonstration with placards saying no objecting to President Mohammad Shahabuddin's speech in the Parliament. They termed him as ally of the fascist regime. Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed tried to calm them down. However, they finally left the Parliament when President started his speech. In his long speech, President paid homage to July martyrs and highlighted the works of the interim government and the present government. Earlier, several proposals were passed, including condolence motion on late former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia and July martyrs. The session will remain adjourned till Sunday. Earlier, Major Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram was being sworn in as the Speaker and Barrister Kaisar Kamal as Deputy Speaker of the Parliament. President Mohammad Shahabuddin administered the oath at his office in the National Parliament on Thursday afternoon. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was present at the time. For the Speaker post only, name that was placed was Liberation War Affairs Minister and BNP Standing Committee member retired Major Hafizuddin Ahmed, the lawmaker from Bhola 3 constituency, and State Minister for Land and lawmaker from Netrokona 1. Barrister Kaisar Kamal's name was proposed for Deputy Speaker post. Both of them got elected unanimously. Parliamentary democracy has begun its journey today through the supreme sacrifice of many. Leader of the Parliament, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, made the remark in his welcome address to the first session of the 13th Parliament on Thursday. He said there could be difference of opinion on many issues, but that will have to be resolved through discussion for the sake of building a self-reliant Bangladesh. Parliament should be the focal point of resolving all difference of opinions. The Leader of the House and Prime Minister also recalled unanswering contribution of late former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia and Shohid President Ziaur Rahman for solidifying democracy. Besides, Leader of the Opposition Dr. Shafiqur Rahman and Chief Whip of the Opposition Nahid Islam also addressed the session. Leaders and activists of NCP staged sit-in demonstration in front of the National Parliament on three-point demand. Earlier led by a spokesperson of NCP, Asif Mahmood Shojib Bhuiya, some leaders and activists of NCP gathered in Manik Mia Avenue. The three-point demand included impeachment of President Mohammad Shahabuddin, implementing the reforms through swearing in of the Constitution Reform Council members as per mandate of the referendum. They said they observed such program to highlight people's demand to the Parliament. 13 people got killed in a devastating road crash in Rampal Road of Bagirhat. Among the 10 dead were from same family, including bridegroom and bride. The mishap occurred when a microbus collided with a Navy bus. 9 bodies have been taken to Khulna Medical College Hospital and 4 other bodies have been taken to Rampal Health Complex. The identities of deceased could not be ascertained. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Apex Court uphold new mooring container terminal deal. Iran President set 3 conditions war escalates. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. The apex court of the country has dismissed the leave to appeal against the High Court verdict that termed the deal to give management responsibility of new mooring container terminal to foreign operators. So the deal remains valid. A High Court bench headed by Justice Zubair Rahman Chaudhary gave the order, settling a writ against the High Court verdict on Thursday. Earlier on January 29, a single High Court bench of Zafar Ahmed termed the deal with foreign operators on NCT's management as valid. President of Youth Economic Forum Mirza Walid Hassan filed a writ challenging the legitimacy of the deal. Now, news around the world. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian outlined Tehran's 3 conditions to end the war initiated by US-Israel's joint strikes. He stated the conflict can only stop if Iran's legitimate rights, payment of repatriations and firm international guarantees against future aggression are recognized. Meanwhile, Israeli army carried out a new wave of extensive strikes targeting Iranian government infrastructure. Unidentified attacks hit 2 foreign tankers carrying Iraqi fuel in Persian Gulf. A crew member killed, 38 rescued alive from both ships. Meanwhile, global oil prices have fluctuated wildly this week during continued US-Israeli attacks against Iran. IRGC threatened it will not allow a liter of oil through the Strait of Hormuz, adding that the world should be ready for oil at $200 a barrel. US President Trump keeps saying US has achieved victory over Iran but has not said when the war will end. 2 Indian-flagged ships are said to have been allowed by Iran to pass through the Strait of Hormuz amid Iran-US war. A report by Indian media Hindustan Times claimed, citing related sources. This came at a time as most vessels remain stranded over fears being caught in the crossfire amid US-Israel war against Iran. Started on February 28, sources said the Indian ships began transiting safely through the strait between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. However, an official statement on the matter is awaited. The developments came after Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar spoke to his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi and also discussed the latest developments in the conflict in West Asia. The estimated cost of the US war against Iran exceeded $11.3 billion in the first 6 days. Pentagon officials told lawmakers during a closed-door briefing on Capitol Hill, reportedly. Amid mounting questions surrounding the objectives of the US-Israeli war on Iran, multiple news outlets reported that, as per US defense officials, the military had used $5.6 billion of munitions in the first 2 days of the war. Center for Strategic and International Studies estimated that the first 100 hours of the operation racked up $3.7 billion in costs, or $891.4 million each day. However, the current total operating cost is significantly above that range and did not include associated costs such as the preparation of military hardware and personnel ahead of the initial strikes. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. President addresses the 13th Parliament amid boycott. Parliamentary democracy begins journey, Prime Minister. Road crash leaves 13 dead in Rampal. Apex Court uphold a new mooring container terminal deal. Iran President set 3 conditions, war escalates. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with ATN News.